Well, she keeps freezing. She's smiling.
Well, you just got a beautiful smile.
Yeah, we see a great smile. A lot of money on those teeth. Those teeth are white. They're amazing. She still looks great. Let's see. Her performance was amazing on the show. And thank you so much for joining us, Alicia Lee Willis.
Hi,
Thank you.
guys.
Oh, there she is. This is amazing.
I love the Zoom stuff. It's so much fun.
It's not that fun at all, actually.
No, it's not. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, but I'm very worried. Are you trapped and being held hostage in someone's basement? Because it doesn't look great.
Help.
Yeah.
I know it does feel like a little like a hostage video. Well, actually, we are kind of keeping you hostage
Right.
in your day. So
It's
sorry.
okay,
Thank you.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time to be held hostage by these two dummies.
Hey, it wouldn't be the first time I've been held hostage. I've been kidnapped many, many times.
On TV?
On TV.
Okay,
Yes,
awesome.
on
I just
TV.
want to clarify that. So
that
Alicia,
joke never gets old at parties, whatever. Like, you know,
Sure.
like
It
I'm not a
doesn't.
doctor.
I'm
I just play one on
very-
TV. Have you been kidnapped? I have. Like, there's so many jokes. Right. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, married and kidnapped. I think I don't know. They kind of like they are equal.
Well,
How
and
many
that
times-
also sounds like the name of a Lifetime movie that you could star in.
I probably already did.
yeah, right. No
I
kidding.
think I did that one.
Hey,
I
so
love these titles.
yeah, right.
Very
So
good.
I was go
my
ahead.
last one last month I did one called Double Kidnapped. This is
Double-
winning.
Yes, double kidnapped.
Not once, twice.
So,
Wow.
Wait,
how do you get
what-
double kidnapped?
yeah, what is that? What does double kidnap mean?
Kidnapped twice?
Well, yes. Yes. My daughter gets kidnapped. It's not me anymore. Now it's my kid. 'Cause,
Oh,
you know, I'm a mom.
Isn't that great? They
Yeah.
don't want the old mom anymore. They just want the daughter.
Put me out to pasture.
That's amazing.
Whatever.
Oh gosh.
Was there another movie that was like, you know, twice kidnapped? Because that actually twice kidnapped sounds better than double kidnapped.
You know, they may change it. I feel like every time before they air these movies, they change the name at the last minute. And
That was
it's
the
sometimes
working.
better.
Right.
Sometimes, like, I think the one I did before, Your Baby Is Mine.
Okay.
I mean, come
That-
on.
That probably could have been changed. I mean, is there one guy there who's just kind of walking around coming up with these names like, hey, this movie has 2 kidnappings in it. Double kidnapped. All right, Chuck, that's great. Your Baby Is Mine. Yeah, Chuck, good. Keep coming up with those great titles. What
feel like
the hell?
I feel like I don't even need to read the scripts anymore. It's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh man. So let me get into this now because I was so surprised to see you at work when
I
I
know.
came around the corner and I thought I was really seeing a ghost. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? It was such a nice surprise to see you. I had no idea you were going to be there. So that was really cool.
That was really cool. It's been forever, and
has
it
been
was
a long
it
time.
was pretty special. Even though it was so weird because like we're all wearing masks and
Yeah.
can't,
Right.
can't
It was-
hug and
yeah, you're
it's
like,
so
eh.
crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, COVID hug.
Yay. So what prompted I mean, who called you? Did Mark reach out to you or did
Mark.
Frank?
Yes, Mark, one of my favorite people in the whole world.
Yes.
Love him. He called my agents, and I was in Big Bear with my family, and they were all excited because my parents said to say hello. By the way,
Yeah, I love your parents.
yeah, they're awesome. They're
Your dad
they-
never ages, but whatever.
No, it doesn't.
He
But
doesn't.
they were super stoked because I mean, it was like a family back when we were all
Sure.
hanging out, and so everyone was super excited, and they didn't give me all the details. Some kind of machinery is going off in my boyfriend's garage. I don't know what it is. That
Careful.
was loud. Sorry.
It's the meth making machine.
It's yeah. You're in the desert
Sure, it has
somewhere.
something to do with I don't know. Anyway, so I was super excited because to go back and see you guys and to give Mike the send off. I mean
Yeah, that's
that was
awesome.
really special to be a part of that. So
Yeah,
it was
and I happened to see those scenes, and they came out amazing. By the way,
they did. They were really
yeah,
beautiful.
you did a great job too. I mean, I know you didn't have you weren't there a lot, but it's like it was such a perfect send off for Mike that it was really nice, really cool to watch.
I think so too. I had a hard time not crying, and that was the first time I'd worked with him, because I had worked with Ron in the past, and
Yeah.
Frank was going on and on about what a wonderful person and
Yeah,
actor.
he's an amazing guy. Yeah.
He seemed
Yeah.
to be really loved by everyone there. So
I mean, are you an angel or are you a ghost?
I don't know.
Okay, because well, there's a difference, right? Because I don't know.
It's left to the viewer. Or
I don't know
the eyes
if
of the
ghosts
beholder.
cry. Do angels cry?
Well, that's why I was trying to hold it back, because I
Right.
wanted to cry, and then I'm like, well, wait, do
Wait.
ghosts cry?
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Good
So when you're
question.
Well,
when
they
you're
do. 'cause
preparing to
boo.
play the ghost version of a character that you once played, I mean, like, I'm sure there's the traps that you can fall in, like, hello, like I mean,
No,
like,
no.
How do you prepare to play the ghost version of a character you know so well?
I think I really didn't.
That's the
think-
dumbest question
I
he's
didn't
ever
think
asked.
too much about it. I was just basically just working off of him, you know. I mean,
Sure.
he's such a, you know, a warm, gentle kind of soul, and like to work off of him, I just kind of winged it, and
Yeah.
and it turned out good, I think.
I hear
I mean, I didn't
ghosts
have a
are.
lot, but it was very heartfelt, I think.
Angels can wing it.
Oh snap!
But
I was looking for a joke there, and Steve found it.
that was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I don't
thank you so
know.
much.
That's good. You
I'm much
should-
fun. I'm much funnier than I was when we used to work together. Thank you so much.
That's good.
So that's good. Great. So you were on the show for 5 years. 5 years? Was it 5 years?
Almost 5, I think.
Almost
yeah.
5,
Because
yeah.
because I stayed for a little bit after the yeah.
Right. So what kind of prompted you to go, hey, it's time to roll out? Because you left on your own.
I
Will.
did.
Yeah.
Did. A lot of people thought I was crazy.
always
Which
do,
I
right?
probably was. I probably was. I just, you know, I think you knew when we, you know, we spent so much time together working together, and I've always been kind of like, I like to try other things, and I always kind of imagined, you know, going out and doing different roles and playing different characters. And, you know, when you're 22 or 25 when I left, you're still kind of like, I mean, now the idea of settling down on a show and that stability and all that sounds amazing, but back then I just wanted to, like, you know, the freedom to go try other things.
Sure.
Yeah, so I went for it, and it was great, you know, like I got to do a lot of different cool projects. And but, you know, I have to say my time there was probably my favorite project that I've ever done, for sure.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Well,
that's nice.
actors, when you don't get into acting to play one role, and so it is, you know, and so that what you said rings true. You know, not just in my head, but, you know, for a lot of people that we talk to, it's, you know, from the outside, it looks like such a crazy idea to not stick with this amazing job that people, you know, revere you for. But it's just not, we're gypsies in a way, like that's what we're used to. And so it is like almost antithetical to how we are to stay. But ultimately it's a pretty good idea to stay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it definitely, it's nice to have a steady job. It is a little daunting when you don't know when the next one's coming. But you know, I can't complain. I've had a good run, and I've worked with some really amazing people, and getting to come back and visit with everyone has just been awesome.
Yeah.
So it's been good. Yeah.
So what do you do? Like, cause there's always that downtime where you don't know where the next job is. Right.
Yeah.
So, and there's a little bit of probably anxiety involved in that. What did you do to kind of, I mean, I know you have a daughter, but what did you do to pass the time where you're not just waiting for the phone to ring?
Well, I have a bunch of hobbies.
Okay.
I went to culinary school to learn how to cook. I learned how to salsa dance.
Okay.
And now I'm getting my pilot's license, which
What?
probably scares the hell out of you.
What?
Yeah. I fly planes now for fun.
Amazing.
Wait a
'Cause
minute.
why not?
What,
I
what
had
kind
John
of
Wayne, too.
what kind of planes?
I've flown a Piper, I've flown a Bonanza, a Cessna, and a Cirrus.
Wow.
But
Wow.
mainly I train in a Cessna.
Wow.
Train.
And
Trains fly?
no. What? Another bad
Yes.
joke by Bradford Anderson.
Yes, Brad.
So wait, what made you get into flying? That's very interesting to me.
It's funny because my both my grandparents were pilots. And I just found my grandmother's old logbooks, which was really cool.
Wow.
And my uncle flies, and my boyfriend flies, and so we all I fly with my uncle a lot, and my boyfriend obviously, and it's just I felt like being up there. If anything happens, I want to be able to land that plane myself.
Oh, wow.
Just in
So-
case you're on like a Southwest flight and you got to land the plane.
Hey, it could happen.
It
Those
could,
planes
you're
are a lot
right.
different.
That would
that-
now that's a movie I would watch.
I was gonna
with
say that
you
only
in it.
happens in soap operas or
Yeah, that's like
Wesley
What would
Snipes
we
movies.
name it,
yeah,
though?
that's Passenger 57, Alicia Lee Willis. He'll be
Right.
Passenger 58.
You got to come up with a lifetime title.
Right.
Oh, I
Right.
thought you
Oh,
said
that's right.
you were Girl Flies Plane.
Genius.
So that's what I just talked to Chuck. He texted me. He said Girl Flies Plane.
So good.
I thought you were going to say you got to come up into the plane. I'm like, no, I'm not going up there.
I don't blame you.
I trusted you in action scenes because you could really kick a lot of ass on television, but not sure about the stunt flying yet. So.
It's okay. I'll send you some videos of me up
Okay.
there.
Please send us a video. Thank you so much.
So obviously you've expanded your list of hobbies and skills and all that, but before all that, as a young person, you decided to be an actress. So take us back then. Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Atlanta, which is so funny because now all the work is in Atlanta.
Atlanta,
right.
I just got back from there.
Well, like
shooting.
Natalia, Rick Hurst, like it's
Mhm.
crazy. Yeah.
Two of my favorite people in the whole world.
Yeah.
And Natty. Natty was just on your show, wasn't she?
She what?
Yeah,
She
she
was
did
a
an
little while
episode.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
see the baby, or was she still
Yes.
We
pregnant?
did. Yeah. No.
No,
the,
no,
baby
yeah.
was, the baby was on camera. It was awesome.
Yeah, she
Oh,
made
that's
she
so
made the baby
cool.
perform. bad for
She's
the
already
baby.
a stage mom. It's weird, dude. She goes, "Come on,
Yeah.
Coco, sing, Coco," or whatever the heck it was she was saying.
I love her.
Oh, it was great.
She's
It was
amazing.
gr- Yeah, it was great.
So
Cheap
yeah,
it-
I guess my dad was an actor.
Oh,
He's retired now, but that's how I got into it. He moved all of his 4 kids in a station wagon, a big old U-Haul, to Hollywood to pursue his dream.
oh, it was
Yeah.
his. Wow, that's so
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, we all dabbled in it. My sisters and brother, we all, dabbled a little bit, and I was the only one who really stuck with it.
So, but like growing up in Atlanta with an actor father, did he have another job as well, or was he like just doing acting jobs in Atlanta and then was like, "Hey, kids, we got to move to Hollywood"? Like, how did?
That's not what he sounds like at all.
No.
Hey, kids,
A
we
little
got
bit.
we got to move to Hollywood.
No,
No.
no. He's,
No.
no, he's
No.
not Colonel Sanders, dude. He's not Colonel Sanders.
I don't even know what that was. No, he had a very exciting job in a cardboard box plant. And they asked him to do some kind of promotional video because he's a good-looking guy, and he got in front of the camera and just fell in love with it. Got a commercial
Wow.
agent out there, and then
What was he selling? Boxes? the
Probably. I don't know.
Wow.
I remember
Wow.
I was in some commercials with him when I was really little, and I remember doing a commercial with him where it was a bank commercial where I lost my teddy bear, and the director was trying to, when the bank gives the teddy bear back, the director couldn't get the reaction he wanted out of me, so he got a box of puppies and shoved these puppies in my face. Anyway, yeah, that
And
was
some poor PA had to like dump them in a dumpster afterwards. It's terrible.
Oh man, you're going dark.
terrible.
He's going dark on us today.
He went really dark. What time is it? I really gotta go, guys.
Yeah, you didn't know. Wow. I mean, I got to give your dad credit though, man. First of all, that's a big move. It's very selfish. No, I'm kidding. No, but it is. It is a big move, and because my dad would kind of did the same thing, but didn't take the family. He decided to leave us. But anyway, so he.
Which is more nobler?
That
I don't know. I don't. He probably did it. He probably did me a favor by leaving me. But so he got to L.A.
So sad.
Well, it is sad, but it turned out okay.
Why are we laughing?
Because it's funny too.
It's just
You got to be able to joke about this stuff.
Yes,
You know
that's
what I
true.
mean?
This
So-
is true.
Everything's so serious now. You can't joke about anything. Like
I know,
your dad
right?
like your dad leaving. You can't even make a joke about it.
You can't. Yeah, everything's
Right.
super uptight right now.
Totally. So anyway, but that's that's to follow your dream and do that, especially in the what was it 70s? Is that when he did it?
80s. It was
80s, early 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because there was really no path. Like at least today, you kind of have an idea of like, hey, what do I do? I can Google it. I mean, he couldn't Google nothing.
No.
He's just like, hey, let's get in the station wagon to go.
I know. You know what it makes me think of? Do you remember going to auditions when we were younger and using a Thomas guide?
Oh, totally. Totally.
Like, how did we get anywhere?
Dude, and my trunk was full of clothes, like 17 outfits.
Oh yeah, for sure. I lived
Like,
out of my car for a
It was
good.
it was good days, good times.
Yeah, it was good.
times. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
now it's not really good times anymore.
It's changed.
yeah.
Oh, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So
So-
but he started working, and the whole family kind of just started to dip their toes in it. Is that how it?
Yeah, you know, he did a ton of commercials. I mean, he did all these campaigns for Toyota. And
Oh, dude, if you saw this
and
cat, dude, he's so good looking. It was ridiculous.
he did a lot. But you know what his latest thing was, which was so embarrassing. His last campaign that he did was for Viagra.
I was going to guess
Amazing.
that.
Amazing.
They just called
Right.
Bradford for that. That's
Better than
weird.
Cialis. It's not.
embarrassment?
It's no good seeing your dad in a bathtub with another woman.
Oh yeah, no.
No.
That's
Right,
not
Cialis,
good.
isn't that the bathtub one when they're sitting like?
No, luckily it wasn't the bathtub one because that would have made it way worse. But it was bad enough. It was bad enough. But no, he worked a ton. You know, we were really lucky. He was able to support 4 kids.
Wow, that's
which is
amazing. Good for him.
That's when commercials paid, right? When they
Yeah,
paid off.
dude. Yes. How old your dad now?
He is 68.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Did you guys ever get hired as a family? Like, did the agency represent you guys?
We did. We did, yeah. My dad and I worked together like a handful of times. When I was doing one of my first TV shows when I was like 17, I did Seventh Heaven, and my parents played my parents on
Oh wow,
Seventh Heaven. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So that was pretty cool.
that is
Yeah,
really fun. Like,
It
how
was
how does that happen? Like, do they just say, "Hey, do you have parents we can use," or did they audition for the roles as well? Like, how did that work?
No, well, I think I did like probably about 25 to 30 episodes. So we had been on for a while. And my mom would, because I was so young, my mom was on set with me.
Sure.
And we get to talking with the directors and stuff. And then I mentioned
I
my dad
see.
was an actor.
Mm.
And so it kind of like, yeah.
I
But
see. That makes sense.
yeah, it was usually just, it came up in conversations, and then people would, usually cast my dad to play different parts and stuff, so we could have fun together. It was good.
That's cool.
So-
Good time.
As soon as you moved out, you knew for yourself that that's what you wanted to pursue as well.
I was counting the minutes.
Ah.
I remember I wasn't that great in school. I couldn't focus. I was a daydreamer. And I remember I got called in to the principal and all my teachers, and my mom was in the room, and they were complaining about me not getting my work done and all this stuff. And my mom was saying, you're watching too much TV. And my whole defense was, hey, that's what I'm going to do. So
It's my business,
I'm
Mom.
studying.
Yeah.
I am studying. I'm studying how to become an actress. And I knew that's what I wanted to do. So that was my way of getting out of homework
Wow.
and it worked.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So,
So
but
far.
did you guys always live? You guys lived in LA for a while, or Orange County, or when did you guys always?
We lived in LA for a long time. And then when the riots happened, we were in Hancock Park. And I remember my dad was on the roof of our house with a shotgun because our whole neighborhood was
Yeah,
burning. It was crazy.
it was crazy.
And after that, they were like, okay, we're out of here. So that's
Mm.
when they moved us down to Orange County.
Got it.
Yeah, I've been back and forth a lot, but it's kind of
Yeah.
cool because a lot of the people I went to high school with move back and have kids, and we're all
Right.
kind of
That's awesome.
raising our kids together. So yeah, it's nice.
Because all your parents bought property in Laguna Beach in '92, and now everyone's doing great.
wish. Oh my
Yeah,
God. I wish my parents. We never bought anything there.
Oh,
So
okay.
but thanks to GH, I will say, thanks to General Hospital, I bought my house. So
That's
awesome.
I gotta say, a lot of good came out of that.
yeah.
So doing commercials, doing daytime, doing movies. What's kind of your favorite medium to do? Because obviously we've talked about it a lot on the show. There's a difference with single camera. There's a difference with daytime. There's a difference, in the time that they take and takes that they take and rehearsal and all that stuff. So what do you prefer now at this point?
It's hard to say, because I love how much you get to do on daytime. I mean, you can do a million scenes in one day and you get to really act. I mean, I feel like sometimes when you do other shows where you do one line and it takes half a day to get that to me it's not as fun. I do like traveling though. Like, I like being on location. That's what's kind of fun about the Lifetime movies, because it still has that soap kind of feel where you get a lot done in one day, where you get to go. I went to Canada, I think a couple times, and then Georgia last month, and so it's been kind of nice. And I take my parents will come and take my daughter, and so we get to make a little like family vacay out of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice.
Are your kids like?
Do you have what?
Looks
one kid. One kid.
One kid.
Right.
Simone, she's 8.
Is she like, Mommy, get me an agent?
Oh God. No.
Okay.
Good.
She actually, it's funny. She has the personality where I think she would probably be really amazing at it. She makes her own little YouTube videos, but she doesn't post them. She just it's a pretend show.
Sure.
Where
I was gonna say, if she's posting them, she's gonna make more money than all of us.
I know. I
YouTube star.
Videos, like, she does these slime videos, and then I see the ones that she watches, and I'm like, oh my God, you could be making millions off of this.
I know.
Now.
The stupid Ryan Toy guy. You know this guy?
Stupid. Yeah, it's so.
You know this
crazy.
guy?
No.
No, is he a kid?
Yeah. It's him and his family, and now they have a whole line at Target.
Oh my gosh.
Did it all start on how to make slime?
No, it was just basically I like opening toys.
Unboxing
toys,
videos.
Yeah. And I'm like,
crazy.
they make like $20 million a year. And it's the worst thing I've ever, like, Brooklyn turns it on. I go, turn it off right now. Turn it off.
Yeah.
I can't even hear these people talk.
They were just the
I'm
first.
the same way.
They were just the first, yeah.
I tell Simone all the time, I'm like, I'm like, you're not getting anything out of this. Why are you watching it?
Right, I know.
Yeah, it's a little disturbing.
It's interesting,
but
isn't
yeah,
it?
I want to keep her away from the business. I don't want her to grow up just, I think, Steve, you and I both started when we were pretty young.
Fairly young.
And I think we've probably seen a lot of people that were in the business around us that didn't do so well and kind of went off the deep end a little bit. And I just think it's a tough business to put kids in.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, I had success later where it wasn't, I was 12 years old and, all of a sudden you're making $25,000 a week and you're 13. Yeah. Like a lot of kids that I hung out with at the time when I was 16, 17 on Out of This World, a lot of kids were 14, 15 making 30, 40 grand a week, like on top of the world at 14. Yeah. Where do you go from there?
Well, then it's like, and it goes away and they don't know what to do with themselves.
Right.
It's
yeah.
sad.
So I think, if you're going to encourage your kids, I mean, obviously, there's some kids who are just like meant to do it, but a little later would be probably better if you could hold them off that much.
Well, and it's so hard in LA to keep them from a business that some of their friends are doing, and without having to lay much groundwork to do it. Like some kids like literally fall into it because their best friend's mom works for Warner Brothers or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, but the thing that on the East Coast generally pushes it off till later is you go to college, you train,
right,
and then you end up having a degree and you have life experience, and so like you're 22 and you start in the business, and if it doesn't work, your side job sometimes becomes your career, and you have people skills and you have an education so that you can kind of find something. But in LA, that's harder because it's so right there.
Yeah. In Laguna, she'll start a tech company, or she'll just be a painter. She'll just paint things. It's fine. It's perfect.
Yeah. I mean, she's, I don't think painting is
No. It's not in the picture, huh?
Love her dearly, but I'm thinking that
Love her. Stick figures for life. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. She gets it from me. I can't draw at all. So
that's so funny.
So in your plane, where do you want to go?
Oh, everywhere. I mean, so my parents have a cabin in Big Bear, and we fly there all the time. And it takes 30 minutes. We'll fly, or we'll
it takes an hour. It takes an hour to drive, so that's awesome.
It takes 2.5 hours.
No, I'm kidding. I know. So that's that. So you can you fly by yourself yet?
I can. Yeah, I can't take passengers yet, but I can fly by myself.
Oh,
I did my solo at John Wayne, which is super crazy because you're landing in the pattern with the big jets.
Oh gosh. No thanks.
Yeah. It's pretty insane, but the training is intense. Like, I mean, I've put so many hours. I mean, I've probably got close to 60 hours of flight training up. Yeah. And then the amount of studying you have to do, and it's a lot, but so they make sure you're 100% prepared before you're up there by yourself. So, and I fly all the time with my boyfriend, Tanner. We fly every other day. And so he lets me kind of, he teaches me a lot and lets me do all the radios and,
wow, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's the freedom of it, being able to just, I mean, I've flown to auditions before in LA before COVID hit.
That's amazing.
So where do you park?
Van Nuys?
We usually, Van Nuys usually, and then they'll give you a crew car at the airport, so I can take it for 2 hours, go to the audition, and then come back and fly home.
That's amazing.
Awesome. It's good.
That's awesome.
Now, the variance in gas prices, how much does that affect your overall budget for flying? Is it?
It's definitely expensive if you're flying all the time.
Sure.
But I feel like you're cutting down on drive time too. I mean, it's
time is money, man.
Yeah. And then too, like being able to come home and make it to dinner with my daughter or whatever, and not be sitting in 4 hours of traffic. I mean, it's
no, I know. There was one point where I was going to fly a helicopter.
Yeah. I
was going to take lessons as the guy flew me to work and back. Yeah. That's how I was going to learn how to fly a helicopter.
This is how people like fans of our show were like, they're not like us at all. But
hey, we're just trying to save time, dude.
It sounds it does sound pretty crazy when you say it out loud. But it's funny. We always joke that it sounds way more glamorous, but basically we're just flying these planes that we're flying are like tractors with wings. They're not, right. I'm not flying any Learjets or.
Yeah, no.
Right. So
how far? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, if you get an audition, say you get the night before and you got to go up for a guest star in somewhere, do you have to call like the FAA and be like, hey, can I get a flight path to Van Nuys? How do you can't just take off, right?
No, you file a flight plan. Not you talk to your airport first. Okay. Then if you're flying through LA, there are like special rules that you have to follow. I haven't done it by myself yet, but you basically you chime in with them when you get into their area, and they know that you're coming because you've already filed the plan with John Wayne.
Yeah.
And then you pick the path that you want to take, because the airspace is over LAX. And you have to be careful because you have to stay within certain guidelines. Yeah, because you can't, the big jets are taking off and everything. So
right. So
there's a lot of rules flying through there. So yeah, you gotta plan it out, file it, and stay on top of it. It's a lot. It's a lot.
So depending on where your audition is that depends on LAX, Burbank, or Van Nuys?
Yeah, sometimes Santa Monica.
Oh,
but
Santa
they're
Monica.
closing
Oh,
that airport down
I know that's
in the
lame.
next few years, which is a
That's
bummer.
Why?
Yeah.
Because they're gonna
The
build on it or
neighbors
make it a park or
complain-
some crap.
noise complaints, I think.
That's one
Yeah.
of the larger private airports, though, for private flight, right?
It is. It's great too. The history. They actually have a flight museum there that's pretty amazing. And the history there. I mean, they have one of the first female races there. Female pilots, and the history with all the female pilots like coming out of there is really, really interesting.
Yeah. How do people now get to dictate like it's too loud? Like you bought next to an airport.
I know. Well, I think these people have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
So-
still bought next to an airport.
I know. It's crazy. It's
I
crazy.
Uh,
You know how political all that stuff
I
is.
know it's crazy. It's like whatever. Anyway.
well, I want to hear about the Jason Courtney years a little bit.
Aw.
Well, I want to hear like,
Journey. Wasn't that what they
Right.
called us?
Oh yeah, we were Journey. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
that was your ship name. Did they call it
That was their
shipping back
name.
then?
I don't know. That was Journey though.
Did you guys have a song? Was it like "Don't Stop Believing"?
Dude, I don't freaking. That would have been amazing if it was. If it was Journey, Don't Stop Believing, that would have been amazing.
I mean, it
would've been-
would fit.
Now that's a song I know
Yeah, I know.
That's the
because
only
I don't know
song.
any other songs, but that's a good song.
So when you were
Um,
brought on the canvas, Alicia, was it? Did they immediately pair you with him?
They didn't. They paired me with Billy Warlock
With
first.
AJ, it was AJ
They
first.
did with AJ.
Oh, did they
And-
fight over you?
No.
Kind of. I mean, he kind of saved me from a bad marriage,
Who
and I
did?
was stripped. You did. Your
Yeah, right,
character, Jason did.
A bad
Yes,
marriage
yes.
to AJ?
Yeah, and I was
Oh.
stripping. Remember to
Yeah.
cover his butt on something. I don't remember. I was a
Yeah.
terrible stripper. I had ruffles all over and jazz hands. It was a bad situation. So
Well, that
bad.
sounds more like burlesque.
It was not
No, it was
pretty. Let's
not
just say that.
burlesque. It was not burlesque. It was stripping.
It was bad.
Yeah.
was
Did anybody
really
on the
bad.
canvas own the strip club? Did Sonny own
Oh,
the
it-
strip club? Did Sonny ever own a strip club?
No, it was.
He did.
was
He did
his
own a
name
strip
Blake?
club. Yeah. Huh?
Was
Oh,
it
it was Blake. Yeah, it was Blake.
Blake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
like
Coleman.
Coleman.
Coleman. Yeah,
Oh, that was
Coleman.
my next guess. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to typecast Coleman.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
I
Coleman.
Love him. He was great. He
Oh,
was
he was
awesome.
the best.
Yeah,
he was the
so
best.
great.
Speaking of a
But he has
guy that's showing up in commercials a lot. Remember when he did that whole he did like a Dr. Pepper, a commercial, couple of them, and he was like out in the woods being like this, like man with like birds would land on his arm, and it was,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
really cool.
He looks like that guy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So I saved you from, well, I didn't, I was protecting you from a stalker, it said, because I had to look up what our history was, because I
I know. I
remember.
don't really remember the details, but I remember that you carried me off stage you covered me up and carried me off stage. So dramatic.
It was
Carries
amazing.
everybody.
That's
I'm
what I
waiting
did.
for-
That's
I'm
what I
waiting
did to
for my
Robin. Robin at Nurses Ball. Dude, I carry you every day.
turn. not
Um,
figuratively, literally carry.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
That's not weird.
So yeah, we got married on the show.
Hi.
And then that was really it, right?
Marriage and then
We
married
got
and-
married. I think I got pregnant and lost the baby because I
Yes.
fell off a cruise ship or something. I don't know.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
I don't know why I was on a ship.
I read that. I read
Because
that.
I'm
But
kidnapped by someone.
well,
oh wow, married
There
and
was a-
kidnapped.
Yeah, there you go. What are you gonna do?
so there was a time where like there was a time in Jason and Courtney's marriage where Courtney was beating up more people than Jason.
This is true.
Amazing.
And that's where Kung Fu Courtney came from.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's where the problem started. Was when she was beating up more bad guys than me. Hold on, this is how it went. This is how it went down.
That sounds convenient, not problematic.
Well, that was my job. So,
Oh.
she went from a stripper to beating people up. So it's pretty amazing. But
Yeah.
I,
So
yeah.
I remember that we had an apartment somewhere. Whatever, we had an apartment,
Yeah, we did.
and we had some scenes right before this one particular scene where you beat up a bunch of guys, and I was just standing there, and And then like the next scene, I was making you eggs, and I go, "It's over. I'm done. This is my life's over now. She just beat up all the guys I was supposed to, and now I'm making her breakfast. I don't know. This
Do
isn't
you
a good.
remember?
This is
Do
a
you
good look.
remember when we would have moments where like, because I'm bad. If I start laughing, like
Oh,
I have a
gosh.
hard time. Like it was bad. There were moments where like we would just walk into a scene and I would be hysterically like shaking. I'd be crying. And they would get so mad. It would be like the end of the
Oh,
day and everyone's
is the
ready to go
best.
home. And then we would just have this full on giggle fest.
Oh, it's the best. Those are the best times, though.
They
Those are
were the best times. We had
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot. We did a lot of work. We were working a lot of good story, a lot of emotional stuff. Story was great. I had a blast. We really had a good time.
I did too. It was really good times.
Yeah.
It was like college.
Sure was. Sure was.
Yeah. And I know you've kind of come back a couple times throughout the years. I'm sure you know, from the time that you were there and really like it was normalized for you. I'm sure like was it a bit of a shock coming back in years after and seeing the pace and seeing the amount of stuff that we were doing.
It was such a strange feeling walking into that building again. The first time I walked in, I played a ghost. I brought my daughter with me, and she got to play with Tyler, Christopher's son, and then the boy that was playing my son on the show.
Yeah, I didn't know Spencer Cassidyne's her son, dude.
I know. I found that out on Wikipedia today.
Yes, I died. I was pregnant when I got the monkey flu.
I thought it was encephalitis.
What?
I looked it up. I was like, you died from a virus. Viruses are all the rage right now. Let's talk about viruses.
It was the monkey flu because I think it came from a monkey.
I hate monkeys.
Oh, man.
That's what I remember. I could be totally
What? I
wrong.
mean, look at this. What a storyline. Sonny's sister, stripper, married the wrong guy first in AJ, married the right guy, started kicking people's ass, got breakfast served to you, fell off a cruise ship and died. All right. So that's a great story.
Well, no, but
How did you die? How did you die?
I got married a couple times after that.
What? Who?
I did. I married Jax, and I think I married Nicholas.
Nicholas? Yeah.
Good gosh, woman.
I know.
What are you doing?
And you were on the show for like 4 years?
Wow.
That's a lot.
Hey, I got to wear some beautiful dresses. And
That's a lot of alimony.
It's a lot of alimony.
Maybe she was just a swindler.
Apparently. She's the con woman after all.
Well, I don't know. I was super rich at the end because I saved some little old lady's dog from a building. She left me everything.
Wow.
Right. Well,
so
Bradford will pay you to take his dogs from him. That's right.
Okay.
He'll pay you a lot of money.
Oh man.
Really?
Anyway, yeah. Well,
yeah.
What kind of dogs are we talking about here?
Well, I got a 12-year-old Yorkie who was like, you know, a little sad, but like not a whole lot of work. And then the kids wanted a puppy, so we have a King Charles Cavalier King Charles. I don't know the order of the words. And he's very sweet, but he's now like 5 months.
What happened to normal dogs? Like normal name dogs?
Just
like
a dog, just a dog.
Yeah, just
we
like
have a
when
dog.
we grew up, you didn't say, "Oh, I have a King Cavalier."
It's a little dog. It's a brown dog. It's a
it's a little puppy.
Dog.
It's nice.
Yeah. And now he's marking everywhere, and it's like it's
that's not good.
So, and it's just my life is just it's like having a baby. It's just pee and poo. It's just pee and poo.
How many kids do you have?
I have two little girls, 9 and 6.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They don't do anything. They don't do anything.
They don't do
they don't help. They don't do anything. Yeah.
I can relate.
Yeah.
They don't help until they're teenagers. So
okay.
Help you go insane.
You know, that's the thing, man. Nobody warns you. Most people have kids, and no one ever warns you about having kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Like no one warns you. They go, "Hey, you might want to rethink this." You know what I mean? Or you might want to rethink not having 3.
It's a lot of kids.
Right? You just don't really know. Like you think it's all romanticized. You're like, "Oh, we're going to have kids." Your whole freaking life is these kids forever.
Yeah.
Right.
It's true.
Forever.
It's true. It's a
Right.
lot. It's a lot.
I have a
It's a lot.
freaking 6-year-old. I'm 50.
Well, that's the weird thing.
I'll be her
You know-
dad's age by the time my daughter's out of freaking school.
Steve and I watched the
Horrible, man.
comedy. Steve and I watched the comedy special the other day. Guy by the name of Mike Birbiglia, and one of his jokes is like, you know, having kids is like an illness that everybody wants you to have. It's like, oh, it's terrible.
It's
Kids
great.
are terrible.
Just do
Kids are
it.
terrible. You should do it. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
it's.
The worst decision you'll ever make. No, I'm kidding. I do. I love my kids. I do.
It's the best but hardest thing you will ever do in your life. That is for
Right.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, and
And
our
especially moms. God bless you.
It's
What?
yeah, it's hilarious. My neighbors were laughing yesterday because they saw me storming out of the house to go get my daughter because she did something she wasn't supposed to do. And they just saw this look on my face. They're like, uh-oh.
There's
Amazing.
Kung Fu Courtney.
She means business. She means business.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Simone's a really good kid, but yeah, every once in a while I'm just like,
Yeah. So what's coming up next for you? You just out there auditioning, flying around city to city, going, hey, I'm here.
We're just flying around. No, I have a couple projects coming out. I have The Bay is on Popstar now. I think that. I
Oh
did
yeah.
that. Yeah, and then Double
Awesome.
Kidnap will probably be out. I know, maybe under a different title.
Yeah.
You never
Watch
know.
for it. Watch.
Just look for somebody who's
Yeah.
got a daughter who gets
It's-
kidnapped a whole lot.
It's definitely a kidnapping in the title. Kidnapped twice.
Kidnap something.
Yeah.
right, kidnapped again.
Genius.
No, totally.
You guys should do this. You guys need to write some
Yeah.
lifetime scripts.
No.
Well,
we
we already have a pitch for Cockpit Calamity when you have to land the plane.
How long have you been thinking of that name? First of all, Calamity?
You got to go with alliteration. You got to go with alliteration.
Cockpit Calamity? That doesn't sound like a Lifetime movie, dude. That does
No.
not sound good. That is- this dude's watching different channels. I don't know what he's watching.
Wow.
Oh, amazing.
That's
Cockpit Calamity starring Kung Fu Courtney.
That's all yours. You can
Yes,
keep
thank
that.
you. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Thank you so much.
Amazing.
Well,
Amazing.
man, Alicia, thank you so much for just joining us today. It's been so awesome to catch up with you. It's great to see you, by the way, and
So
great
good
to
to
see
see
you
you.
now. And this is awesome.
Yeah, and where can people find you if they don't follow you already on social media? Is there a place they can go to find you?
Oh,
Yeah,
wherever that
across-
place is that you announced that the podcast was live. Where was
Oh
that?
my gosh. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. It was
Clearly,
funny.
I am on top of it.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're fine.
just Alicia Lee Willis on across the board on all social media. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's where I'm at.
That's where you're
Well,
at, or up in a plane. Awesome.
Yeah.
You play a beautiful ghost.
Oh, mwah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Awesome.
It's so nice talking with you. That was
All right.
fun.